Hello, this is Bill Steffen. Thanks for joining me today. We got a lot to talk about. A couple of advisories in effect here in West Michigan. We'll talk about those here in just a little bit. Let's take a look at some high temperatures here from the day yesterday. It was sunnier to the south and cloudier from Grand Rapids to the north. And that's certainly showed up here in our temperatures. Coldwater had sunshine much of the day and made it to 74. Battle Creek is 71. Grand Rapids, a high of 68, was 10 degrees cooler than average. Our average high temperature currently at 78. Big Rapids was only 65, and the pier at Muskegon, the high temperature was 58. Now, we're waiting for the warm water in Lake Michigan and the lakes to warm up, and I tell you, when the high temperature is 58, it's not going to warm up very much. And water temperatures are still a little bit chilly out there. Taking a look at the lake forecast here for the day today. That calls for waves to increase to about 2 to 5 feet. Winds be southwest at 10 to 20 knots. So it gets kind of breezy here during the midday and afternoon. We do have a beach hazard statement in effect and also small craft advisories. The beach hazards is mainly for people that might be swimming and jumping off the piers. Grand Haven is especially dangerous when there's a south or southwest wind and waves are around 3 to 4 feet. So I would imagine, though, with the water being as cold as it is, the Grand Haven water temperature is just 53. Now, there won't be too many people that'll venture in the water. But again, keep in mind that beach hazard statement in effect for the day today, and small craft advisories as well. Red flags will be flying in many areas for no swimming. Some of the other water temperatures there, as you can see, we were 58 at Duck Lake and Muskegon and 53 there at Grand Haven. Inland water is warmer. Reeds Lake was at 69 degrees. That's a little bit more tolerable for swimming, but still a couple degrees cooler than average for this time of year. All right, we'll move on here and we'll take a look at fire weather. I continue to take a look at some of the data coming from Manitoba, and there's some good news here. First of all, we have an air quality alert for the day today. This covers only the counties of Muskegon, Ottawa, Kent, Allegan, Van Buren, and Berrien. And this is mainly for ozone. I think temperatures will make it up around 80 in the afternoon. We may come close to moderate levels here, but this is kind of a borderline situation for issuing an air quality alert. But the fires up in Montana still spreading some smoke across Michigan. The number of significant fires has dropped. They report now that's down to 25. That was as high as 29. 6 are rated out of control, and that's down from 8 just a few days ago. So they're making progress. 174 firefighters fighting those fires, 6 water bombers. I love mentioning that term. 41 helicopters, and that's where they pick up water in a bucket and then drop it. And then the 4 other aircraft, and again, I assume that those are dropping chemicals at the time, but they continue to make a little bit of progress up there, and that is a good thing. I'll take a look at some of the tropical information for you, tropical update. There are no hurricanes in the Western Pacific, which is unusual, though we do expect one to form in the next several days and maybe head past the Philippines toward China. Not a major hurricane, but certainly something that would produce some pretty heavy rain along the China coast. There's nothing in the Atlantic Ocean. There's nothing in the Indian Ocean. And of course, the Southern Hemisphere, it's winter, so you probably won't be seeing anything down there. But the action is in the Eastern Pacific. Barbara became a hurricane. It has weakened to a tropical storm, and I think during the day today, it will be just a depression as it goes up to Cabo San Lucas, and there'll be a little bit of rain there, but really not much. Cosme is going to fizzle, and then there's a new one where that X is. That's Delilah, spelled a little differently. D-I-L, what is it? D-I-L-I-L-Y-A or something like that, but it's Delilah. And that will form and scoot along to the northwest here, remaining well off the Mexican coast. So not causing much in the way of problems there. But we'll certainly keep an eye on things. The good news for the United States is that we don't anticipate any hurricane development over the next 10 days and maybe 2 weeks in the Gulf or the Atlantic area. So good news for the people down there. All right, we're going to take a short break right now. And here's Michelle to tell you more about Complete Care Concierge.
And we're thankful for our sponsor, Complete Care Concierge, LLC, They are the fast, efficient, and affordable cleaning service serving all of West Michigan. They clean homes, apartments, condominiums, rentals, businesses, offices. They can clean once. They can clean whenever you need them. They even clean on the weekends, 616-264-1397. And here's a word from our other sponsor.
When your home needs help, you might not know where to start. Why not ask Ace? We're always here to help with Ace Handyman Services. Our talented craftsmen handle everything from drywall and carpentry to doors and kitchens. We're the neighbors you trust to get the job done right. Let's get started. Book your handyman appointment today. Ace Handyman Services, bringing helpful to your home.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Here's our headlines. Most or all of today will turn out to be dry. That's good news. Chance of rain, not zero, but if we get a shower, it really wouldn't last too terribly long, and they'd be very few and far between. A better chance for rain comes Thursday and on Friday, but even then, the activity would be rather scattered. Breezy and warmer weather expected for this afternoon, not so much in the early morning, but in the afternoon. And again, we have that air quality alert for the Lakeshore counties plus Kent County, and a beach hazard statement as well. All right, let's take a look at who's going to get wet here over the next couple of days. First of all, we're starting out the day with partly cloudy skies. Sunrise time 6:03, sunset 9:21. Longest days of the year over the next couple of weeks. The summer solstice is June the 20th, and keep the sunblock handy, especially high sun this time of year. So it's the time when you're most likely to get sunburned. Average high temperature up to 78, and that should reach 80 here in another week or so. All right, let's take a look now at who's going to get the storms. First of all, the Storm Prediction Center has the Great Lakes all dry here in terms of thunderstorm activity. And you can see the thunderstorms generally off to the south down toward Texas, where there will be some heavy rain, and again on the East Coast. And we move ahead to the next day, and we'll be showing you that there'll be some heavy rainfall down through the southern United States. In fact, if we can go to that next map, let's take a look at the rainfall totals across the area for the next 66 hours. You can pretty much tell where the storms are going to be. First of all, there's an area of heavy rain off to the west of us. This is rain plus thunderstorms. Marginal risk for severe weather in that yellow area up there, western Wisconsin, southern Minnesota, eastern South Dakota. And also for the area from Oklahoma down into Texas, from down toward the Rio Grande Valley. A lot of rain there. That red indicates, in fact, I was looking at some of the individual rainfall totals, and over 3 days, places like Austin and San Antonio should see about 4 inches of rain. That's a lot of rain for them. Lower Michigan may pick up 1/4 to 3/4 of an inch. If we kind of zoom in, we can take a look at Michigan, and you can see where the darker green is. That's about 1/2 an inch of rain, but it's only 1/10 when you get over toward the Detroit area. And of course, much of our area could use a little bit of rain here as well. All right, taking a look at what's ahead here for the day today. I think we'll head up from mid-50s in the morning to low 80s in the afternoon. It gets kind of windy. You can see the wind there, southwest 15 to 20 miles an hour. Probably some gusts up around 25 to 30. Not a super windy day, but pretty breezy out there. Most of the day here should turn out to be partly sunny, so not a bad day. And it will be cooler near the lake by a good 10 degrees. Taking a look at some of the temperatures here on the day today. Most inland areas low 80s, just some 70s off to the north, the mid-upper 70s. And look at the temperature down to the south. It may make 90 in Chicago, 89 in Gary, Indiana, 87 South Bend, 85 at Three Rivers, and 84, 85 at Kalamazoo. Only 69 on the beach at South Haven. So if you're right by the water, temperatures will be cooler there. We'll take a look at the forecast temperatures here for the next day, and you can see this is for Thursday. Temperatures here should be in the mid to upper 70s, low 80s off to the south, a couple degrees warmer at South Haven, up at 73, and a little bit cool along the Lake Superior shoreline. Taking a look at the 5-day forecast for you for the next 5 days. We'll call it partly cloudy for today in 81. About a 50% chance of a thunder shower during the day on Thursday, and about the same for Friday and Saturday. Temperatures here will be mostly in the mid 70s during the afternoon, Thursday through Sunday. So temperatures pretty decent. We'll make it down in the upper 50s to around 60 at night. But the main thing will be that chance of rain, and probably 50-60% here for Thursday, Friday, and on Saturday. Taking a look at the long range outlook now, try and show you this almost every day. Cooler than average in the Pacific Northwest, warmer than average over much of the central and eastern U.S. We're not too far away from average here. Not anticipating any big heat waves. Don't see any 90-degree days coming our way anytime soon. So we'll certainly keep an eye on things. In terms of rainfall, we've been forecast to be near normal here, and near normal would be nice. A little bit above normal, especially off to the north toward the UP and northern Wisconsin. Below average out in the Rockies. Anybody traveling out there to see the high mountains, looking pretty good there as well. So once again, to sum things up a little bit here, kind of breezy and warmer for us today. Temperatures should make it up into the low 80s inland during the afternoon.
And here's some weather facts for June 11. The highest temperature ever in Grand Rapids was 93 degrees in 1956. And the lowest ever was 33 chilly in 1972. And there's an average high temperature today of 78.1 degrees.
Yes, and that goes up at the rate of about 0.3 of a degree each day now. We reach a maximum of about 82, 83 during the month of July. That's as warm as it gets over the course of the year. And no snow in all of the years of record keeping since 1904. We've never had snowfall in Grand Rapids officially. Here again, we've had frost in June before, but I don't even think we've had any frost officially in Grand Rapids at the official weather station during the month of July. When it's 33, by the way, at the 5-foot level, it can be 30 at the ground level. So 33 could certainly get you some frost. 72 was a pretty volatile year. We had a lot of hot days and cold days in that month. Very volatile.
And the John Ball Zoo Lantern Festival, you're on your last days to get out and see it, and it looks not to be missed, so I hope you do.
Yeah, your mom went to see that with her sisters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they had a Three Sisters outing and really enjoyed it. They said it was very fun.
And speaking of fun things to do, June 11, 2015 was when the Japanese Gardens opened at Meyer Gardens, and it cost $22 million to build.
Right, and I know some people that have contributed to that. I was there Thursday, and we walked around the Japanese Gardens, walked up to that little lookout where you can look out to the east and see the water there. So,
and I got this photo from your Facebook, many photos of the Meyer Gardens, but it's from October.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see the fall colors changing there. Beautiful place to be in any season.
Mm-hmm.
And they leave the little waterfalls going through a portion of the winter, so it's an interesting place to be there too in the wintertime.
And we have something similar here in Birmingham. This is the Birmingham Botanical Gardens.
Very neat.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Also a lovely place to go.
And if you're a member like we are of the Meyer Botanical Gardens, they have reciprocal agreements with some of the other botanic gardens around the country. So you can go, I would assume I can go to the Birmingham Botanical Gardens for free.
Well, you can, because everyone can, because ours does not charge admission.
Really?
I have no idea how they do it.
Wow, that's neat.
They still offer memberships with some perks and some exclusive stuff, but anyone's welcome to go walk around.
That is really cool. That's kind of like the Vilas Park Zoo in Madison, Wisconsin. I used to go out there and study because I could find a nice quiet spot by the giraffes or something like that, and then read a book. But the Vilas Park Zoo in Madison, Wisconsin, I believe has always been free, and they get enough contributions to feed the elephants and everything.
And one more Japanese garden. This was Golden Gate Park, and I took this photo in 2006.
Oh, neat. And that, I assume, is San Francisco.
It is.
On
And
which side?
I was so excited to see the Pacific Ocean.
Oh, okay. That's neat.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Very cosmopolitan city, San Francisco. When everybody's behaving themselves, it's a nice place to visit.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
All right, the Mackinac Island Lilac Festival is on June 16 to 15. So that
And
sounds like fun.
I think it's interesting. Mackinac Island today was only in the 50s. They are behind the inland areas because they're cooler with the wind coming in off the water. And so their lilacs, I mean, my lilacs are done for the year. I mean, they're completely done. But 6th through the 15th of June is when they have the lilacs in bloom up there on the island.
On June 11, 1962, 3 inmates escaped from this infamous U.S. federal prison. They used papier-mâché model heads to make it look like they were in bed. They escaped through ventilation ducts. Despite a massive search effort, they were never found.
Was that Alcatraz?
It
It
was.
was Alcatraz, and you got out there.
This was that same trip. This was
Tell me what the place
2006.
was like. I've always been curious as to what it's like. And they had to swim to
cool.
shore, right?
Well, they were never found, so we don't know if they made it or not.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, they could
They
be.
found pieces. So they found pieces of the makeshift raft that they made. They found a paddle, and people think they wouldn't have just left those things, but there was no trace of them ever.
Wow. What year was this? Any idea?
1962.
Oh, 62. So 38 plus 25, 63 years. Yeah, I would assume they'd be in a retirement community or pushing up the grass, one of the two.
And there was a 4th one that tried to join them in the escape, but something happened to his ventilation duct, like debris fell down and he had to clean it out. And by the time he had cleaned it all out, the other 3 had already left. So he just went back to bed.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Like, oh, well, guess I'm not escaping today.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Don't look at me. Not my fault. Wow. Interesting.
Yep. Quite a story. I don't know. It looked like just another facility. The stories that I read from people that lived there was that it was a hard place to be because you could hear all the fun going on the mainland. You could see the city lights and hear the laughter and the music and stuff. And there you were sitting on that island.
Yeah, and the water's cold, so I mean, it's not like the water in Reed's Lake now or anything like that. You'd have a hard time getting from one place to another.
What year did construction begin on the Golden Gate Bridge?
Oh, golly, that I don't know, but I'll hazard a guess. I mean, that's I'll guess 1918. Was it that far? I was 33.
Pretty close. 1933, and it opened in 1937.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know they used to ferry people across, but I would have thought that would have been a priority. I wonder how good or how long that bridge is good for. I mean, would they have to totally replace it in 50 or 100 years or 200 years? Interesting.
Which is longer, the Golden Gate Bridge or the Mackinac Bridge?
I'll guess the Mackinac Bridge. I've been over both.
By a lot. The Golden Gate is 1.7 miles and Mackinac is not quite 5. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I've been over the Golden Gate Bridge, I think 4 times, and I've been over the Mackinac Bridge, a dozen plus times, I'm sure. Yeah.
June 11, 1955, Le Mans, the deadliest motorsport accident in history. So the Le Mans is a 24-hour race that happens near Le Mans, France, which is, I think, a little bit southwest of Paris. Maybe it's northwest.
Yeah, they run to their cars. I think I don't know if they still do that, but that's what they used to do.
Yeah, who can travel the farthest in 48 hours. They go some pretty fast speeds. Porsche has won it the most times, 19 times, followed by Audi. Ford has won it 4 times. And if you haven't seen the movie Ford versus Ferrari, that's a movie I like, so recommend there. But on June 11, 1955, there was a crash that killed 82 people and injured another 120.
Did a car go out of control and go into the grandstand or something?
Yeah, so there wasn't a pit lane at the time, and one of the drivers was pulling out from the pit lane, which made another one swerve, and one just went up into the crowd and parts started flying, and then there was a fire and 82 people. How does that even happen?
Wow.
Yeah.
What year was that? 55, huh?
Yeah. Wow. And they didn't stop the race. They kept the race going.
They did?
Mm-hmm.
Holy
Yep. The organizer said later he was afraid he was going to get sued by the backers if he shut it down.
Well, how could they deal with the debris? Wouldn't there be debris on the road and all that stuff?
I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah, what an awful thing.
Yeah.
Okay, as I was looking for stuff for tonight's show, I happened to find this. So where are you?
Where am I? Oh, holy cow. It looks like I'm on the Jumbotron.
Yeah.
Was that that was opening day about 10, 12 years ago when I got to throw out the first pitch.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a
Yeah.
pretty decent pitch. It would have been called a ball, but it was only a couple of inches inside, about waist high.
Mm-hmm.
And I did it from the pitching mound. I mean, I didn't cheat and come inland, 30 feet or anything.
So I found that while I was looking through for other stuff for the show tonight. So I thought that one was pretty good.
Is that Bob Wells over there on the right, maybe? And Crash is calling the balls and strikes.
Mm-hmm.
He called a strike on mine, even though it probably wasn't. But yeah, that was fun.
And John Doherty sent us this guy
Well, that's cool.
living his best life.
We don't know what it was, right? I mean, in terms of scientific name or anything.
I'm not sure. If you know, put it in the comments.
Very pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Multicolored.
Mm-hmm.
Spots and dots.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, John. Well, and that's it for today. First of all, I want to say thanks for staying with us here until the end. Don't forget our YouTube channel is Bill Steffen 616. You can go to billsteffen.com and there's more weather there for you. And look at some of the past videos. You can see the video last week where the cat came and jumped right up on my computer when I'm in the middle of doing my show. The kitty is behaving nicely right now behind me. So once again, have yourself a fantastic day, and thanks for stopping by.